Like, I went back in time. Chidera, do you really want to study medicine? I don't really feel like this medicine thing is clicking anymore. I don't really feel like this medicine thing is for me. This stress is too much for me. Okay, what do you now want to do, Chidera? I don't know. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Chidera Haka. I'm a medical student studying at Luth, and I make videos about med school, health, and lifestyle generally. If you're interested in content like that, then please support your girl, subscribe to my channel, you know the vibes. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be talking about 3 things that have kept me motivated through medical school. And I'm talking about 3 realistic things, realistic in quotes. I'm giving you guys things that kept me, that motivated me. I hope it helps you if you're feeling down or downcast or anything like that. So I'm going to start from like what birthed this video. When I was in 200 level, immediately after my professional exam, anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, after 200 level, immediately after that exam, I just went down. Like I spiraled. And that was because I had put in a whole lot of work for that professional exam. I had never put in that amount of work into anything in my life. I had never put in so much in my head at the same time. I had never worked with so many materials. I never stuffed up so many books, so many facts into my brain. That exam took a huge toll on me. Like, even after the exam, I was not myself. I mean, people around me would not know. I went into thinking mode. I was in 200 level at that time, and I was just trying to think, like, this is just 1 year out of the remaining 6 years of med school, and I'm feeling like this. How are the remaining years going to be? I was already hearing people saying that, you are crying for anatomy, you have not done pathology, you have not done pharmacology. This is just the first lap, and I'm already sweating. I'm already tired. Like, I was tired of medical school at that point. I was like, can I really go through this? I was tired, and like, I have like 4 more laps to go. Do I really have it in me? Because before, I used to think that when you're done with medical school, that's when you become a gynecologist and all those things. It was when I got into med school I realized that you first do your 6 years and become a normal doctor, just a general practitioner. Then it's when you've got to go and specialize, which takes about 5 to 6 years before you can now become a consultant or a specialist, which is when you start making the real money. Okay, so let's get it straight. I'm not studying medicine merely because of the money. But you cannot tell me that getting money from what you love doing or what you're passionate about isn't just the best way to live. Just like artists, they sing and they do all their art stuff and they get paid for doing what they love to do. Why can't I get paid reasonably for what I love to do? So I was thinking about all those factors. I'm not even going to be paid exceptionally great after all these 6 years of stress. Like, I went back in time. Chidera, in the first place, do I really want to do this? I forgot my why. I just never imagined myself doing any other thing. And that was why I chose medicine. Like, it just felt like, okay, no problem. I hadn't figured it out yet, so I can as well do medicine. So, okay, I'm now saying that I don't really feel like this medicine thing is clicking. This stress is too much for me. Okay, what do you now want to do, Chidera? I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I was stuck in a big bowl of confusion. I was drowning in confusion. And then we had a break, which brings me to my first point. My friend, during that 2 weeks break between 200 level and 300 level, she introduced me to a series, a medical series. And the thing about medical series, I've always wondered, why would you want to watch a medical series? We're already studying medicine. I have a lot of book in my... Anything medicine is book to me. So why would I want to watch a series about the same medicine again? I started watching the series, and Grey's Anatomy renewed my love for medicine. I cannot begin to explain how Grey's Anatomy absolutely renewed my love for medicine. I could see my future in those surgeons, in those doctors. Like, I felt that rush, that adrenaline that comes when you're trying to save a life. I could just fit myself in that scenario. I could fit myself as one of the characters of that movie. Like, I was literally living inside the series. And then suddenly I had a purpose. Suddenly I could see what I was reading for. What all my Krebs cycle and all my glycolysis and all my pathways I was cramming, and I had to cram all the nerves in the body, all the arteries that supply what structures, all the muscles innervation, because medicine can be really annoying at some point. All the porphyrin pathways, I could see the future of all of that. Like, not just the books, like I could see myself using those things. And then also, as a medical student, sometimes I've always had this feeling of, oh, okay, would I really be a good doctor? Like, apart from the fact that I'm studying medicine, like, I feel like I'm learning. Would I really be a good doctor? It's one thing for you to be a doctor, and it's another thing for you to be a good doctor. I don't just want to be mediocre. So I'm like, I really want to be good, but sometimes I feel like I'm clueless. Like, fine, when my consultants are there and everything, I feel like I'm learning. But I'm like, if I'm placed face to face with this situation, will I really be able to treat this patient? Would I really be able to get the diagnosis of this patient? Because in Grey's Anatomy, the first episode was just this fresh set of doctors who were just thrown out of med school into the hospital to start their internship, which is just like doing your house job here. And they didn't know anything. Like, they knew stuff, because obviously for you to finish from medical school, like, you need to know. But like, going into the real world and being put on your own as a doctor, and then with all the responsibility and everything, I saw how it was for them to adjust to all those situations. I could just see me, shine me, being introduced into the real medical world alone. I could see how they were first unsure of themselves, and how they gradually grew confident and gradually grew more knowledgeable. They had to be beaten on all sides, they couldn't sleep, how they were pressured and all of that. Their skills got better, and then they became surgeons. And I could just see the satisfaction when they finished working on patients and patients got better. And I could just see myself in that picture. So the second thing that really gets me motivated is people. And I always say this thing to people that want to become medical people. There are different kinds of doctors in this life. There are doctors that when you see them, you will say, God forbid, in your life. And there are doctors that when you see them, you forget all the pressure that is involved in the profession. You just want to be doctors. Like, you just love them, and then you just love the medical profession and everything. You just want to be a medical practitioner when you see them, the way they walk, the way they carry themselves. You see how successful they've become, you see how much they've achieved, and then you just want to be doctors. The secret is just to look for those people. You need to make a conscious effort to try and motivate yourself. Nobody's saying it's going to be easy. Look for your ideal role models. Look for them. Follow them. If you have to go to social media to look for them, then go there. Dr. Mike is one of my favorite doctor content creators in the world. I love, in fact, when I started following Dr. Mike, he wasn't even as popular as he is right now. And that's because he was so inspiring for me. Like, he actually made me want to be a doctor. So you need to look for all those doctors that are doing really well. There are dentists that are content creators, different medical doctors. I will even list some of them and post some of their pictures here. They just look phenomenal. Even around as a medical student, you can't tell me that there's no one doctor in the whole of a teaching hospital that doesn't make you want to be a doctor. And doesn't just carry herself or himself in such a way that you're like, did he really study medicine? There are doctors like that in Lut. You see them, the way they carry themselves, the way they dress, the way they are composed. You're like, what? This is the type of doctor I want to be. Those people, look for them, follow them, try and read their stories. Another thing I do, I want to check the richest doctors, top 10 richest doctors in the world. Look for their specialties. Start looking for what they did, how they did it. These are people that would inspire you. Like, you can actually find joy here. Like, they will remind you of your why. You want to be like these people. One of the specialties I want to go into is dermatology. So I was trying to think if dermatologists can also be as rich as surgeons. As of 2021, based on the article I read, one of the doctors there in the top 10 richest doctors in the world is a dermatologist. And it gave me a lot of hope in looking towards that specialty. Like, you will say now that it's money, but money is what drives me. Money drives me a lot. Whatever it is that is going to push you, whatever it is that's going to move you and make you finish this medical school that you have started, you need to pursue that thing and hold it well. And that's exactly what I try to do. Third thing, this may sound very cliche, especially for Nigerians, but remember the child of whom you are. The third thing that motivates me in medical school is I remember my parents, I remember my family and all of that. And I know that I have people rooting for me at home. There are a lot of things I respect my dad for, but one of them, which I'm very grateful for, is the fact that he puts in a lot of effort to make sure that I got into medical school. I'm trying to make sure I wake up at night to read, trying to make sure I cultivate a reading habit, trying to make sure I do this and I do that. I wrote all the exams I needed to write, the tutorials I needed to go for. I went to good schools so that I would be able to get admission into medical school and get it at the time in which I got into school. And like, that's something that I'm really grateful for. So I just feel like a lot of people have done a lot of work. Like, people put in a lot. My mom is praying for me every day. People put in a lot of work to try and make sure that, okay, you end up becoming that doctor. When I remember these people, I'm just like, why can't I just try and do my part? I'm pretty sure when they were taking me to school every morning, it wasn't easy. Paying my school fees and all of that. So I don't expect that my own part would now be the easy part. Like, I said what I wanted and they helped me get there. So I just always think about the fact that my parents have really put in a lot of work and have really put in a lot for me to be studying the medicine I'm studying right now. And I cannot just drop out. Like, honestly, no matter how badly I think about it, I'm like, I can't. Like, I need to at least work hard and become the doctor that they want to see me become. I understand that some people come from families where the pressure is high. They come from families that don't enable their mental health. They don't care about their mental health. There's just so much pressure, and then they can't even stand the pressure at home. Like, you can't even go home. Thinking about home even adds to the pressure of some people. Then I think you should get somebody that you should talk to. Anybody that has gone through med school before, look for somebody to talk to. The problem shared is half solved. Look for somebody to talk to. Talking usually makes me feel better as well. Sometimes I can't call home and I talk to somebody else about it, about how it's been. And then the person is telling me, ooh, even though some people will tell you some kind of advice that are very funny, because unhealthy environment will not help you when you need motivation. I'll still keep looking for more things that can realistically, but when I say, I mean realistically, because it's not just by saying do this, do this. If you're a medical student or you're a doctor and you feel like you have other things that have kept you motivated and you want to share, you can please drop that in the comment section. We've come to the end of the video, guys. Hope you liked it, hope you enjoyed it, hope you learned a thing or two. If anything I said made sense to you, if anything I said, even if it's one thing, give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification bell beside the subscribe button so you can get updates each time I post. Till next time, guys. Bye.